Broadcast live.
Oh, I gon' believe it. Yeah, if you believe it, then you can achieve it. You can. Man, I really mean it. Ask and receive it. Dreams undefeated. Obstacles deleted.
How you doing,
So
bro?
I'm really good. I'm really excited to be having an interview with you on this platform. I think I'm really grateful that there are platforms like this that you guys even put there to let's say expose establishing artists.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. And you've been there since my first release. You've been helping, you've been supporting, you've been showing love. So that's really important to me, and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the team, man. Everyone, it's just not me. It's also the team.
Your writers, your designers,
Yeah, I know.
producers, everybody.
Everybody from Spoken Priestess right down to Noklunga, they've always held you down. Now you are not pixelated. Now you said pixelate, and I said clay. What's happening in the background there? Let's
see. In the background, this is my little mic, pop filter, earphones. This is where I record. Flag, number plates, pictures of my grandparents, pictures of some of the kids that I work with on the weekends, skateboard clock. This is actually, let me show you. This is the cover of the new project that you were talking about. I heard you talk about it. This is 13.
Yeah, 13. There we are.
We are. So this was the young boy 20 years ago when I started really enjoying hip hop. So that's why I put out that project because a lot of the songs on that project, there's 13 tracks on that project, gives a lot of insight. I think I've tried to be quite diverse on the project. I used to just love rapping fast. Now I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go on a slower beat. Let me go on a lower tone. We're going to higher tone. Let me get creative with some of the projects. I made a track called After Carter, which I really love. It's just like this little collab with let's call it a synthetic Lil Wayne. I really enjoyed that.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to go, so were you faking the Lil Wayne there after that and then thanking yourself also after that?
I was thanking Lil Wayne. Yeah, I was thanking Lil Wayne. I just did it. I wasn't thanking me. I was thanking him.
Because you did a verse, because your verse sounded like you changed. You sounded like you changed your voice to sound like Lil Wayne.
I did. I even did the intro like I was doing a FaceTime with him. I wonder if this can come through. Does this come through?
Yo, so I just got off the phone with Weezy after listening to Carter 5. And then he told me, he was like,
yo, Lex, bro, you gotta help me. We gotta tell all these kids.
It was this vibe, but it's really fun. I really enjoyed making this track.
Yeah, plain and simple.
Yeah, just be yourself.
The part that I did his verse was like, where is it? Yeah, here's
Used to let it fly. The Mona Lisa by demon on the darker side of the moon. Don't cry, triple X, it's a mess. Perfect strangers bring it just.
But what was important there for me was I was like, oh, how can I get creative? Because when you're sitting at night and you're sitting in your own little studio with your mic and you're like, I need to come up with something creative. I need to show that I can write, or at least show that I can think creatively. I was like, what can I do? And I obviously listened to Lil Wayne a lot and had used to. And so Carter 5 came out, and after Carter 5 came out, I called my producer, AV, and I'm like, yo, bro, send me a beat. I want something like this vibe, this tempo. I got a lot to say. And so I wrote that, and I urge people, go search for the track. It's on all platforms. Just go listen. It's called After Carter. And I wrote, and what's interesting is his verse. He's got 26 titles on on Carter 5. I think 26 tracks. I managed to take 17 of them. And the titles of those tracks made up the verse. So I was like, cool, I'm going to get creative. I'm going to see how many of these I can squeeze into something that actually makes sense. So people who know like Weezy and his music and know the titles, they'll like spot all of those things in the verse. And I was like, oh, I made sense with it. Like, I was like, okay, that's pretty creative. Put that on.
Yeah, geez, yeah, you must be a Wayne fan for real. You know, I don't even know half a Little Wayne's title. The only title I know is Lollipop, because
Yeah.
that's what it is. You know what I mean? The other ones, I might know the name of the albums, but this guy's got so many songs, I don't even know how I'd even remember that. But
I try to use this project for like, you know, there's tracks which I appreciate the people who gave me my foundation. I mean, on the last track is called Ride, and it's a whole journey through, let's say, from age 13 and when I started up to now, and what I'm about and what I'm not about. And I know you know very well because I've had these conversations with you. But even in that, you know, I reference Squatter, I reference Umoya, which was a very influential track for me at that age.
Mm.
And it's like I've put other things and I try to throw in references. I've got one for the girl I'm going to marry. I've got one for the kids. I've got one for a general like theme of like self-belief. It's like I've tried to do that and still keep it hip hop and still keep the sounds dope and still talk sense and still try to flow. And I guess this is the whole, let's call it an adventure, because I don't have a hit song yet. And it's like, okay, you get to the point of you get to know yourself as an artist. Cool, I'm getting to know myself. This is how I can rap. This is how I can write. This is how quick I can do it. This is what I've learned from artists around me, like Nasty, like Jem, when I'm sitting with them in studio and I see how they approach a track. I'm like, okay, I've learned this. Now my brain needs to work and create something more unique, or I mean, look what like Costa's putting out. He's putting out amazing stuff, right? He's got amazing creativity. And it's like, okay, how do you pair the creativity with content that you believe in, and then speak to the kids and the youth? And so this is the journey so far.
Well, I mean, my humble experience is that you don't really need to think about it all. You just need to get in and just follow your vibes, you know, because because when you're inspired, you know, and being interrupted. But I was just saying that, like, when you're inspired, you just don't know what your subconscious is about to do. Do you know what I mean? So when you don't know what your subconscious is about to do, you only kind of like hear it when the product is done, and you go, oh, so is that what my subconscious has been holding? You know what I mean? So and if your subconscious is holding a human truth that a lot of people can relate to, it will come out on the music. But you don't get to that point like quickly. It's like meditation, you know. You don't, when you're meditating for the first time, it's difficult for you to concentrate. It's difficult for you to listen to yourself breathing. I mean, even if you've done it for a while, but like also, so you, until your mind kind of climatizes to it. So even writing also, you got to climatize to your subconscious, just simply just like taking, like digging for you, where you literally just have the pen and you just, and the words are just writing, are just coming out, and you don't even know, you know?
Yeah. I look at it and I'm like, I think it's an interesting thing. So I've chosen to release and start off within the hip hop space because there's stories I want to tell. I really enjoy hip hop. I really enjoy rap. I really enjoy the writing of it, the creativity of it. And it's like, cool, I want to start there. And I've released 19 songs so far. And I've got a few more and some collabs and this and that I haven't released yet. But it's interesting because I have a lot of genres I'm also interested in. And it's like, I know, for example, I play ukulele and I play guitar. And there's music within that space that I'm going to release that is like Jason Mraz, Bruno Mars, what's his name? Louis Capaldi vibes, right? There's nothing to do with hip hop. And then I have like a huge love for Afrobeats. If you see me in a club, you'll see me dancing to hip hop, but you'll see me really dancing to like Niger and Afrobeats. And so it's really interesting because I was still born and bred here, and I have this holistic love for music, I was like, okay, I've got some tracks coming out, and I've actually got one coming out on the 22nd of this month. And this is a track that I'd made, and it's the first Afrobeat one. And it's a track that was made to address our environment, climate change, our individual responsibilities. Like, you know me, I'm always trying to weave in like these deep topics into my music, or then I'm not too interested in making them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know it's not something that people like navigate to very quickly, but it's kind of like, yo, from my side, I've got to try, because that is the purpose then behind this voice or the music.
Yeah. Yo, Leo, excuse me. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm just walking around because I'm also just looking for my charger.
No stress.
Yeah, but I'm with you. So don't think that the world is moving. I'm looking for my charger.
No stress. I see some. Why are you finding it? I see Hannah's tuned in. What's up, Hannah? Dope rapper. What's up, Nomuz? I can see these people joining in. I actually want to put this on screen record 1 second, because I can't share this live. Only you can share it, right? Because I went live with you. 1 second. I'm going to put this on screen record. Good.
Yeah, I got as they would say, I have the higher ground.
So it's interesting. That track is going to come out. We've made a music video for it. And it's like, oh, it seems to be very relevant content to what's going on in the world now. Now it's not just about like Corona and virus. It's about everyone's individual role and responsibility. The moves everyone's going to make, how we're going to think about the environment and society and everything around us. So it's like, oh, I see Noku says I'm going to get the thing on the site next week. Shout out, Noku. So like, that's what's exciting. Hey, you going clay also, ne? You know, you said I was going clay. Am I also clay?
Yeah. No, I just had to take a charger in the kids' room, and everybody's got a problem with me because apparently I steal everyone's charger in the house, and I lose everyone's charger in the house. So I'm gonna get it just now. It is what it is. But I'm good. I'm sorted now. I got it. Yeah. So
I mean, what is your opinion? What is your opinion of artists like me? I know you know me before I was an artist. Then before I even graduated as a dentist, you knew, like, we had met just in industry. And then I became a dentist. Then I released as an artist. What?
I think that, like, firstly, you know, your contacts, firstly, your relationships and your networks allow you to learn quicker, firstly, right?
Yeah.
But I also do think that regardless, whichever artist besides you, you know, you got to look for something in particular, a sound. It's only when I want to use an example like Drake, you know. Drake was rapping, singing from the beginning, right?
Yes.
And we kind of accepted him as that. As soon as he started doing all the other half reggae, half whatever other country stuff, he'd already created a base of what you kind of like resonated with.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So with that being said, I think that, like, you also need to define like what people are going to resonate with you.
True.
I mean, yes, you might have an Afro pop song, but have you defined, if it's rap, you want to define yourself through, like, do you want it, or the type of rap music you're making, do you want to define yourself through that, or is it through Afro pop? Because everything else then starts showing people that, oh shit, you're a double threat, triple threat, or whatever the case be. But when you open the double, triple threat bag immediately, people are like, so
confused.
What does he do, and where is he really strong? And should we believe that, or should we believe this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the whole thing about music and building like fans, in my perspective, is that fans got to believe that you stand for something. You know, they got to believe that, like, oh, that's what you're about, but they believe it through the music. So you might get a couple of people who are into rap believing what you stand for. Then you do an Afro pop song and those rappers don't listen to that. Now you got a new group of people believing in the Afropop, but all your fans are like segregated. They never kind of get to kind of build and go, yo, this is what Lex is about.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's always been my challenge in life, right? Is that people have always been like, yo, what are you? Are you this? Do you do this? Do you do this? And I've kind of been in the thing of like, I do everything because I do a lot of things, and it's because I enjoy those lot of things. And I've been really like considering, especially the hip hop. And it's like, cool. That started my foundation because I wanted to put out enough content that people get to know me as that. I've only got 2 music videos out now. One is for Bafunu Kwaz, which was the original track, and one is for Believe, which is the first track on 13 on this new project. And it's like, okay, I brought those people get an idea of, okay, at least what I look like, or what I look like when I rap, or how I sound, or whatever. And then, you know, I've been consulting with a lot of people, and I'm like, yo, when do I release these other songs? Do they know me enough? Do you keep doing this until you get a hit? Once you get a hit, you got to follow. Then they know you. What happens if you never get a hit in that genre? What happens if that's, you said what you need to say, and now you need to release, and people appreciate you, let's say maybe for your content, but not how you deliver it. And I guess that's the hard part, right? Is that I will never know. I'll keep making, and one of the tracks will catch. When? Who? You don't know.
Yeah. And
how many tracks
that's
do you guys make? How many tracks do you guys make before you really got hot?
Jeez, bro. Oh, geez. It's maybe 200 songs. You know what I mean?
And I've only released 19. It's like, so I try to decide. And I keep saying to people, Drake released 2 mixtapes, all right, with like almost 40 tracks before I even heard about him on his 3rd. After Weezy took him, then they re-released, and then I heard about him. And I was like, oh, I heard about this guy now, and this is Drake, right? With all this amazing talent. And he made 40 tracks that I didn't even know about him.
But those are the 40 tracks that you know about. You don't know about, like, when you ask me.
Oh, yeah, those are the 40 tracks that I know about. Exactly.
Mm.
This is the,
for me, I still produce beats, take for instance, you know, and I'm like, but I do it for myself here. But
yeah.
But like, you know, sometimes I just play, and I just play because I want to play. It's not because I'm trying to like be like Swiss Beats or whoever. But you know, you start realizing that you're an energy that just produces. And
right.
I think that the biggest challenge that obviously you will have is that you don't need this. You know what I mean?
Right.
As in, like, to survive. You don't need this
yes.
to survive.
Yes.
You're going up against like artists who need this to survive.
Yeah.
You're going against artists who only do this. You know what I mean? And if they're not doing this, they're in circles of people who only do this.
Yes.
Now that literally almost like kind of like becomes your biggest barrier and your biggest challenge, right? Where you're not doing it because you have to survive. Now, the energy that you put in when you're doing it because you think this thing will make you survive one day because you probably don't have anything, is completely different from the energy you give where you almost doing it from a place of comfort, from a place of I just love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I definitely appreciate that. I know that like motivations, and this has always been the question, is that if you look at an artist and their motivation is, I need to do this to be able to, especially financially, survive, right? And that is a very strong motivation to do anything. And
well,
no, I don't.
Wait, before you say that, it's not a motivation of saying, I need to do it because let's just say you're not making money anyway, and you think that this is one of your ways out. So you haven't even started making money. You just think it's one of your ways out. I mean, guys who literally now have money also get like a bit comfortable also, and they don't give in the same effort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm talking about guys who literally like are coming with nothing, and they think that, look, I never finished my school, I can't afford this, but I think this is the way out because I just do it well. You know what I mean?
Yes. And that's a different hunger, definitely.
So and but when we talk about like music from a musicality though, and we remove hunger, if you are building your career, you literally like probably similar to them though. If you remove hunger, you also building your career, right?
Yeah.
The difference that they might put in more hours, but the thing about you is that you've also built a strong network. Do you know what I mean? Which they don't have also. You know what I mean? So it's also like that network is good for you to literally like learn. I mean, if you can sit in the studio with Jim and Nasty and just watch. Some people don't even have that type of privilege to just sit around those type of people and just watch. So for me, I think you also it's not like anything can happen with you. It's one of those things where anything can happen with you because you
I think
genuinely
it's one of
surrounded
those.
yourself with the right people.
I mean, I was in studio with Jim recently, and then we ended up saying, okay, like he loves that I can play strings. And he's like, yo, bring this little ukulele, let's make a collab track. Because I wrote a completely ukulele over the rainbow romantic song.
Yeah.
And we sat and we changed it and we paired it with hip hop, ukulele, pop. I don't even know what genre you call that track now. And that is now something that's sitting there waiting for when is the right time to release it, you know? And this question is very interesting about what is your motivation, what is your drive? So, for example, and again, it's something that we've spoken about a lot. It may not be money that motivates me for music because, for example, I'm a dentist, I'm a jeweler, and that takes financial care of things for now, right? But then a creative side, even though those other two elements have it, music is a huge creative space. Like, it's mad. I really enjoy being in that space. And it's like, what is my motivation for music? Why am I even making music? For what? Right? And I think other than the enjoyment of the industry and the space, the biggest motivation for me is the positive influence of the children and the youth. This is definitely my biggest foundation. And every single day, every single weekend when I'm out there and I see how dire the situations are for people, I see what the kids and the youth who I work with on a regular basis are going through. I see their challenges. I see their realities. I see what they aggregate towards, what they think is cool versus what is actually cool or what is actually beneficial for their lives or whatever be the case. That is a huge motivation for me to go and sit, write, record, put money into this, try to perform, get past those things because I need to be able to speak to them, right? Even that track that I made for the kids, the title for the kids. Am I cutting out or are we good? I'm getting I'll get 10 people, 5 people message me, say, yo, that track really helped me. Oh, I listened to the words. Thank you. Like that. I don't have 100, 500,000 million. I don't have that type of volume. It's like, okay, the language is correct. The volume is not. And it's like, okay, that will always be my motivation because as I continue to see kids and youth suffering and following the wrong things, I'm going to have to do the best that I can to try do something about that in whatever avenue I can, in whatever genre I can, however I can get it across, you know? And that's what I'm trying to do.
So, I mean, so obviously, like, because now you've steered away from survival in music, and it's more like you giving it's almost like to position yourself to and help your project where you basically help where you do a lot of work of helping the kids and everything else. That's a motivator for you, if I understand you correctly.
100%, 100%.
And that's cool, you know, because at the end of the day, Lex, do you want to get my opinion about what I think? I don't think you're looking for a hit, you know. I literally see
I wouldn't mind it.
No, I'm sure. Like, if a hit can literally like not make me worry about COVID-19 and take me to the world and there's a shutdown for 6 months, I'd like a hit too, you know. Well, you know, but like what I'm just saying is that like when I've been around you and I've heard the things that you do, for me, you like one of the few people in the world who's just a positive energy. You're a positive energy. And I don't think you're creating music in your head, you know that there's a hit, there's this. I just think it's just part of your positive energy, just going, I'm gonna get in studio, I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna interact with you. Work with Ave Grand, you know, like from Cape Town, good kid, you know, he's talented, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you resonated with him because you said, "Yo, this kid is so talented, so far away from things," and it just made sense. And he's a good kid, also. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
So
know,
it
like
just made,
the thing with AV, we straight away resonated on the fact that we both want to contribute to making the world better. This is the underlying foundation.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that was really important. That's how we connected. We have that common vision. How are we going to help the kids? How are we going to help the youth? How are we going to change? How are we going to change stereotypes? I mean, that's something that we're both very much focusing on, and it's really helped me put that message out. I tell you something interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
We made this track Believe, right? It's all about believe in yourself and push and perseverance and persistence, and like so many of our artists have done to get where they are, right? I made this track and made the video for it, and then it's like, okay, how is this going to spread the way it's supposed to? Recently, I got contacted by Wits University, and they asked me to make a video as Dr. Smile and LexLeo and speaking to all the matriculants, as well as the university students who are really stressed about what's happening with this year, what will be their future, how will they be able to continue education, trust, support, encouragement. And they used this song and its theme in the background. And I was like, dope. That's one of the reasons why this track was made, because this message is for the students. Don't have to be just in the club. Like, I love if it plays in the club, but if it's not, and it's to encourage our next generation of whatever, then amazing, right? Then it's achieving its purpose. Just not in the same way as like you'd like to as a rapper see your stuff grow, but I also have to remind myself of why I'm doing this. And I'm very sorry to have interrupted you.
No, no,
But it
that's
was the
cool.
time to say
I'm
it.
glad. I'm glad you said that. But that literally like reaffirms my statement that like you literally, I don't even think you know, like your success is something like what you just mentioned now, where you go, you're speaking to the matriculants, etc., etc. But like for
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
else, maybe it wouldn't be a song that they think of. But you got the academics, and you got
yeah,
like the and you've got like the you're probably the only person that I know in this country that's got the academics like you do, and is so entrenched in culture. Not because you say you're entrenched in culture, even the culture co-signs you. I don't know
yeah,
anyone else that has that type of, that's that entrenched in the industry. Now you can already see that you've been given various tools from your academics, your networks, and your fact that you even when you rap, you can rap and you can sing. Never mind whether
thank
you're
you.
gonna rap a double, triple platinum song, but you've been given various tools that like will not literally like equate to what musicians' success might be, in my opinion, but it's
Yeah,
gonna equate to the successful work you need to do and you need to keep on doing. So every tool that you have, in my view, is answering your bigger purpose. And
yeah,
music so happens to be one of them. So you could say, I'm trying to make a hit, but it doesn't matter. You just need to keep on doing it. And when you
yeah,
get that hit, I promise you, it's going to be a hit to answer a bigger purpose, because you'll see yourself being busy here in your charitable work.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Thank you.
that's how I view it. So if you ask me, how do I see an artist like you? We don't see artists like you because music is not big to you. Being a dentist, being all these things don't matter, are nothing to you, because your purpose is bigger. You just have tools.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I think that's a great way to put it. Great way to put it.
You know, so for me, I just think the beautiful thing about it is that you're not going, oh, I can sing, I can rap, you trying to work on the craft still. You're not complacent with it. You know what I mean? With all the other things you're trying to do. You know, I've tried to have an appointment or meeting with you, and you're teaching, and then you were gonna go do something charitable, and I was like, and then I saw you at an event, someone who was having a party, and I was like, what the fuck? You know, when does this guy rest? You know, where does he get this energy? And you've got that pure energy, and you're genuinely there, and you're present, and I don't know how you do it. You know, in fact, that's really what I want to ask you. Like, what do you eat, you know, to kind of stay so woke and present in those moments, you know?
You know, yeah, this is how it's worked for me, and I tell a lot of people this. I grew up with the foundation and the principle, and this foundation is from the Baha'i faith. It's from the faith that I've grown up with. It's from the example that my parents set in front of me since I was very young, right? But it's like they brought me up to say, Lex, if you are not using your time, your effort, those tools, your education, your resources, materially and intellectually, to help those around you develop, to help those around you advance, you are wasting this life. And so because that is a constant motivation, it's always going to be a situation where I say, okay, cool, I'm good with my hands, cool, let me go and help someone smile. I enjoy writing, oh, let me make a song. Oh, I'm good with working with kids, let me go and help educate them. It's like this. These are little tools. And this is not something unique to me, and this is something everyone has to understand. Every single person, you, me, and all the other 7 billion people in this world, have each been given really unique capabilities. And this life is about discovering those unique capabilities and then using them to contribute to the betterment of the. And that's something important. You don't just look at it like myopically and say, let me just make my life better. You actually say, let me go and make other people's life better with these unique talents I've been given. And it's going to, in turn, affect your life positively. For example, you've been in the industry. You have a unique talent to connect with people. You've had a talent for music. You have a work ethic that makes you push. Because I remember when you started Slick On Life. I remember when you first started it. And now I see what it has transformed into. And it's evolving still. And it's like, okay, Sia had an ability to package his tools in a way to create this platform. And I can go and say that your platform is helping me develop my ability to share my music with the children and youth, because you co-sign it just by you putting me on this platform. That is a way of you using your talents and your abilities to serve humanity. And if everyone can look at it in that way, you're going to have the motivation to do all of the things, because you're doing them with the foundation of helping others. You're not just doing it with the foundation of how can I benefit. And is that motivation. That's where that energy comes from, for me, in my opinion.
I mean, but I'm just saying, in one day you'll do 3 different things. You know, I'm not talking about real energy, not just like the energy, just be awake. You know, and not for a moment do I see you holding an energy drink while you're at it. You know.
Yeah. But people mustn't think. You know, everyone. You know how many people in the club, they think I'm on drugs. I'm like, no, guys, I don't drink and I don't take drugs. And they're like, but why are you dancing till 4 a.m.? And why are you up? And then why you go do this? I'm like, I don't know. It's just something that I've managed to do. You know?
Yeah, because I remember you were. I think what really stunned me. We were at a place, and I think it was a late night place. And then you said, "No, the next morning you had to go do something charitable with some kids." And I was like, "Yo, so why aren't you home resting?" You know what I mean? And I was just.
And this is the hard thing. You want to try do all of these things together. It's like, so obviously not during lockdown, and this is when it has stopped. But I have 11, let's call them charity classes that I run over a week. So 3 of them are with young adults, like us, 20-somethings up to whatever age. And those I'm managing to do on Zoom 3 times a week, right? The participants, they get data, and then I can still encourage and guide and stuff in that way. But the children, I have every Saturday, I have 3 classes with children. One in Zandspruit, one in Windsor East, Rivoli, and I jump between them. And then on Sunday mornings, it's in DK and it's in Claremont. And I jump between these areas. So I'm always starting the one class, finishing, driving to the next one. Starting it, driving to the next one. In DK, I have a class with like little children, like up to 7. And then I have one with youth up to 15. And then I have one with 21-year-olds older. And these are all different things that I do, right? So I always know those classes start at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. Always. They're always at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. And then it's 12, and then it's 2, and then it's 4. And it's like, okay, if it's something really valuable for me to be at the club for, or a gig that I've been booked for, or something, right? I got to know that I'm going to get less sleep because I got to be at the event because it's important, and I've got to be there for the kids. So sleep's going to take a compromise. But that's why you always see me in the club. I always come in 1, 3 o'clock, because I know I've got to sleep by 4, wake up by this time. You know, it's like this. But
that's great.
That's what's important. And, you know, when those little kids come to me and they're playing my song, or they have my pic as their profile, or they're singing something about, you know, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Or like they're singing something for Grateful or for the kids, and like they're singing something that has no swear words in it, that doesn't speak about drugs and alcohol. And they're 7, 8, right? Because we know what happens to the kids that listen to these tracks. We know. They just do it. They don't understand the context. But because I'm working with those kids, I'm like, hey, I can't have them rapping about this. Like, it's wrong. It's wrong. And this is another thing. I'm friends with a lot of the artists, and there is no space at all where I ever, in any of my music, throw shade on any artist. I'm not about that life. I'm not about saying, no, you're doing this wrong, wrong, wrong. It's not. That's not my position. My position is to share what I'm about, and that's it. I obviously have conversations, like one-on-one deep conversations with a lot of the artists about their individual responsibilities to the game, to the kids, their influence, the power that they have, the journey that they're taking, you know? And I have these conversations, and in that private space, I get to, as a friend, maybe let's call it encourage artists to maybe realize the consequence of their words, and thus the magnitude of their responsibility. So it's not just something that's like, yo, just say what you want and whatever. It's not whatever. It's say what you want, fine, but it's going to have this consequence, and understand the implications of this consequence, you know? So I get to have those with the artists, and perchance, you know, perchance it influences them. If not, it's not a problem, but I try.
Yeah. So tell me though, you know, and then a lot of people might also need this type of input. You got this service where it's really like one can easily say that in our world, you know, being a dentist, someone might see it as a far-fetched thing, you know.
Yes.
It's like it's almost like, yo, maybe people are thinking of being doctors first before they become dentists, but you've just become cooler than doctors. But like,
Oh, wait.
but
Go to the
like,
grills. You didn't like the grill.
I mean, I see you. I'm sure like rappers are coming in, giving them grills and exchanging grills for features. Let's go, you know.
There has been those conversations. I haven't done that yet though, but a lot of people want that option.
Okay, that's good. You know,
Yeah.
so
Rappers are smart, yeah.
it's trade exchange. It's trade exchange. Yeah, you know what I mean. So next thing now we're gonna see you having a joint album with Nasty C, like the Watch the Throne.
Your art that kid is so talented. It's amazing.
Yeah,
He really
yeah,
is.
yeah.
And
Now,
he's taught me so much, even through like I've listened to journeys and like what I've learned from him. He's dope. He's really a dope kid.
yeah, he's got a good mind also.
Yeah. Good mind, good heart. And that invests the mind.
Yeah. Now, I mean, what I was trying to get to is that like you have one thing that like people maybe there's always an innate skill people have. You know,
Yes.
you've got an innate skill of well your professional skill attracted certain people, but the innate skill of being able to build these relationships where you
Yes.
know you can post some of your clients and they also literally like you know it's like they cool
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
posting them on the on your Instagram, and I know you ask them. It's not like you just go,
Yes.
hey, I'm
No,
about to
always
post.
ask them.
You know what I mean?
Always ask
Uh,
them.
where how do you like build these relationships? And I think that's what people might want to know. It's like, how do I build relationships? Okay, now I've sent someone a song, like whoever or somebody, whatever I've sent them, but they never liked it. But I still want to just be in touch with them and just have a relationship. So when I do get it right, it's not always cold turkey, like I'm starting all over again. What advice would you give to people with regards to relationship building?
Okay, so I think what I've tried to do, and that has hopefully worked, your intention has to be pure for developing this friendship,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm,
If your intention is not pure, it's not going to develop.
mm,
If you are there for the person when they're down, not when they're up, it's going to develop.
mm,
If you are contributing to the friendship in a way that the other person also feels they can grow and learn from you, that will develop a friendship. So many people
mm.
are like, they'll reach out to me and be like, yo, please can you hook me up with Nasty? I want to become friends with him. And I'm friends with him. Do you just want him to co-sign you and you become famous? Is that your intention? You know, what is your intention? And if your intention is to become famous, that's not, I don't think, a good enough reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
So,
And I don't think you actively choose and say, I want to become friends with this person for A, B, and C.
mm,
I think what happens is your paths will cross if your hearts are right.
oh yeah,
And if your heart is right, your paths will then cross and you will naturally form some type of connection. It's interesting. With some of these people, I'm their dentist, I'm their jeweler, and we are working on music together. Or I'm two of the three, or whatever be the case, right? I
yeah,
mean, how did I meet Nasty? I met Nasty because he wanted girls. That's how I met him.
yeah,
So what started happening? You do this and it's like, oh, you also a dentist. Listen, I need a dentist. As soon as you become somebody's dentist, they trust you a lot because your hands are in their head, you know, not just their mouth. It's a very
and all
vulnerable
up in the
place.
grill.
Sorry, someone just tried to call me. Your it's a very vulnerable space. And so it's a very trusting space. And you need to be able to trust the person. The person needs to feel you're not using them, not trying to take advantage of them, are there when they need help. I think also to always be truthful, to always be honest is so important. I've had some situations in the past with some, let's say, big artists who have heard something from someone, etc., 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 and only because they know that I will never lie. They know. It's not like, could Lex lie? Is Lex gone? They know because of my friendship with them, or they know what I'm about as a person. They come to me. They don't consider what was said, and they're like, no, the other person must be lying. And that is a difficult thing to develop, for someone to trust you that much, right? But when you develop that, they know. And so it's about intention. It's about your independent integrity. It's about the energy that you put out into the world. Like, are you an honest, truthful, kind, helpful, genuine person? Or are you very fickle? Do you just flip all the time, like we see so often in this industry? And what causes people to flip is money, unfortunately. Money, power, money, power. Those things
Fame,
cause people to, yeah, money,
money,
power,
power.
fame. Also, I keep seeing people come on this live and comment, "Who is this? Who is this? This is LexLeo, bro. Come on."
LexLeo.
Yeah.
Yo, go search, go Google. There's two
Go
LexLeo
Google LexLeo, bro.
on Apple iTunes, but like look for
No, I'm very
LexLeo, bro.
new. My guy, I'm very new as an artist. I understand if you don't know me yet, but thanks for tuning into the live. Go and listen to some of my music. I hope you like it.
Shout out, man.
Yeah.
You know that's incredible. I mean, just thanks for that little kind of dose of insight, just with regards to building networks and relationships. You know, I think that like that's another thing. That's why I say that you've got tools. You know, some people it's just enough to just stick their hands in your mouth and take out your teeth. You know what I mean? But and that's a bit you've already achieved when you're there. But you actually make the time to build those relationships with people. You know, and would you say that like that approach on everything? Now, when we get back to your music, that approach has literally given you the foundation to have access to the industry the way you have it. As one would probably say, maybe you were, you know, you can. I sometimes say that even if you're a fan and you always go to the parties, you're still a fan and you go to the parties. But like you've almost become like an insider where you could be spotted actually hanging with the people that are doing it. Do you think that honesty and authenticity has also been something that drives you to that drives you to be able how you want to push your music and get motivated?
They must have a feature that when you're on a live, you can block your calls. If I airplane mode, it's still going to cut the connection, so you can't do that, right? That's keys.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Sorry. So I think that honesty and authenticity and this and that has allowed me in spaces that otherwise I wouldn't be able to. And that's, let's say, being in this industry and being around people has afforded me that opportunity. For example, with Casper, I've been friends with Casper for long, have his personal number, I can call him if I need to, I'm his dentist, etc. Right? Casper put out a thing for like people, put out a freestyle if you want to perform at Moses Mabito or something like that, right? I didn't go and call him up and say, yo, bro, here's my freestyle, send it to his WhatsApp, show him, try to say, yo, please let me. I didn't do that. And I won't do that type of stuff. I'll go and make the same effort as every other artist has to make. I want to get in this competition. I want to be able to go perform on Ivyson tour. I want to be able to go perform. I don't know. What I try to do is I try to put in the same work as everyone else has to do. I'll go write that freestyle. I'll go and upload it on the competition page. I will go and ask my friends to vote. I will go and do that type of stuff like everyone else has to do because I don't want to be given the opportunity of call it a sympathy favor. I want people to know that I've worked and that I can write and that I can rap and that I'm improving. I know Nasty, for example, and I keep referencing him because he's been very influential in encouragement of me. And when I have a problem, I can ask him and this and that. But he listened, and you know, he was in Bafunukwa's video, right? He was in the first video. And since that time, every time I release new music, he'll come on the lives. When I did Lex Fridays, he would tune in. He'll message me after, say, yo, bro, you're getting so much better. Yo, you're learning really quickly. If I sit it with him in studio, I was with him and Jamie in the studio. They were writing on a beat. I wrote a verse, same time as they wrote. I rapped. He's like, yo, bro, you're getting really good. And that for me is really important because it means I'm able to even, let's call it function around artists of that caliber. I'm not even saying I'm good like that or anything. I'm just trying to even function because then I know I can do it. I'm growing. I can. And remember, I started this music thing late. I released Bafunukwas as my first official track when I was 31. You know, Nasty's 21, 22. You know? And
so he started when he was 13, by the way, or 13, 14, somewhere there.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, and it shows, right? It shows. But he also has that innate unique ability.
Mm.
But I don't try to let age be a factor that affects what I do, or profession, or culture, or race. Or, I mean, I have a story about this. The day I did this to my hair, I was at school the next day. They sent me home and they said, I'm not black. I'm not allowed to have this hairstyle. They made me go take it out. And I was like, okay, sure. But whatever. It went like the other way. It was a really interesting dynamic, right?
Yeah,
But it's like,
yeah,
I've had all these situations growing up. Lex, why are you trying to be black? You're speaking Tswana. Why are you trying to? Or you catching taxis home. Why are you trying to? Or you dressing with this brand. Why are you trying to? And I was like, nah, guys. My parents brought me up very ground level. And my friends were my friends. And so, I mean, when I used to go to like the YFM used to have like huge concerts when I was like 14, 15. It was when you guys just dropped like Umoya, Clap Song, that generation, that time.
yeah,
I was the only non-black person in that whole, I don't know, 15,000 crowd. And I was like, yeah, I was comfortable here because this is how I grew up.
yeah, yeah.
And so people ask me, okay, like, why am I, like, what am I? Or where did I grow up? Or why do I know what I know? I'm like, I don't know, because I grew up in South Africa and I've made effort to make sure I'm South African. I started studying, a year ago? I started studying at Wits Language School. I started studying Zulu, like formally, because it's not enough for me anymore as an artist and this person I want to be just to say Sanwana Ninja. Like, it's not enough. You know, I need to know stuff. I want to say I'm South African, but what do I have to show for it? How connected I am. I can't be around all these boys, all the Zulu boys all the time, and they're speaking and I catch like every third word. And I'm like, please translate. I can't every time someone puts out a track, say, message them on the phone and say, please can you send me the translation? I don't know what this means. I need to do the homework. I need to make the effort, you know?
Tools,
and it's exciting that there's that space to do that. And people will always say what they say.
You innately build your tools, and you go against the expectation of whatever race person you are, you know, and you
People
even
don't even know what I am.
I don't even know what you are.
They don't even know what's Persian. If you tell people, it's like, I'm like Aladdin. You know Aladdin? I'm like Aladdin.
Yeah. Oh, so you're from Aladdin's tribe.
It's that vibe, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So that's a real thing. No, but what I was saying is that, like, going back to what I was saying initially, tools. Even when you're saying that, it's just that what you're doing, you are physically going, I can't just like remember the third word. I gotta go learn Zulu. I can't just like say I can rap and sing. I gotta go sit with the guys that really do this well. You consistently, and in order for you to help people, I always go, you gotta help yourself. You know what I mean? So
True.
you literally consistently helping yourself to sharpen your tools because the access is already there. So you go, since the access is there, let me just sharpen the tool. And you don't know where it's gonna get you in the end, but like it's an amazing thing, Lex. I mean, like really, it's really inspiring. I won't lie.
Shout out, bro.
You know?
Shout out.
That's why for me, I don't care whether it's your music, I don't care whatever, man. Just be you. That's enough for me. You know what I mean?
I shall do that.
You know, so for me, don't ask me about the hit or what. I'm just looking to you to be inspired by everything you're doing. All this shit is gonna come into one pot one day, and it's gonna be like, oh, so that's how the music connect. That's how the dentistry. That's how the jewelry connected. That's how we just don't know with the why right now. You just need to do, man, and keep on sharpening what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you,
bro. Someone had a question about grills there. They were asking.
I can see people
for a jeweler to remember when making grills.
What's important for a jeweler to remember
when making grills?
All right, so this is one thing. A lot of jewelers a lot of people have started making grills, but I've realized that because they're not dentists, they're not considerate of the health of the mouth the way I am. So before I do grills for anybody, I have to make sure that their teeth are healthy, their gums are healthy, they don't have any holes. They don't have any chips. So I make sure that they're looking after their mouth 100% before I even give them the grill, because that's a really fundamental detail. And that the actual design of it is in a way that doesn't contribute to trauma of the gums or trauma of the teeth. They're definitely not allowed to eat with it. It's got to be made from real gold, or then that stuff starts wearing away and can impact the mouth and the health of the mouth, and you're obviously swallowing that stuff and you don't want to, you know? So I think those are little factors that people should consider.
Yeah, you know, that's dope. I mean, someone like, you know, someone is asking a question. I don't know if you've got a rate card, but like they say, how much for a 6-piece solid gold what is that?
Yeah, so a 6-piece solid gold is 6 bottom teeth, and I obviously only use 18-karat gold solid. I don't use plated, I don't use 9-karat or anything, and that starts at 25K. So the Shore custom-made grill, 25K for bottom 6. Although the gold price has gone up a lot in lockdown, so I'll decide if I take it up. But let's just say 25K is safe.
Okay, cool. All right, yo, I just need to come to get my teeth fixed.
Yeah, we're waiting. I know what you're waiting for. We're waiting for that, for you to come for your implants.
That shit is this shit. Yo, don't be exposing my shit like implants out.
Oh, no, that's not exposure. It's not exposure. Because you got the wrong idea of implants in your head.
No, that shit, it's just painful though, Lex. Damn, I can't.
You'll be numb. We can put you to sleep. You can go to sleep and then do it. Then you wake up and it's done. No stress. It's either it's something that you take in and put out, and we know we want permanent. These people laughing here, they think implants are these implants. No, guys. Mazin, not this implant.
So I'm gonna come. I think the one tooth, I've been scared of it, man, and I'm actually like always, I think the one tooth is actually also like kind of giving up, because I also can't stop eating sweets, you know, like I'm struggling. I'm struggling.
Lockdown oral care is quite hectic, but I've obviously opened up again. I've been seeing emergencies over lockdown, and then I'm slowly starting to see my normal patients, because almost 8 weeks of patients that were booked that I couldn't see, so I'm slowly slotting them in. So yeah, after the call, after the live, I'll call you and we'll make a arrangement for you.
All right, perfect, man. Always on your biz. I like that.
So yeah,
yo.
I want everyone who's tuned in and is listening, shout out to all of you guys, to please go and search LexLeo. It's one word, LEXLEO, on any musical platform. My music will come up. I've got 2 music videos out. Go and watch them. See what you think. I'd like to get people's feedback on what songs they're vibing with. I already know. I kind of got an idea. I'm going to end this live. When we end, tell me. I want to end off with a little bit of this one track. But yeah, people are giving nice feedback, so I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I mean, you know, people love these chats, you know, as we sometimes speak with highly inspirational people, you know. I've just also learned during this time how many people literally like have a lot, you know, and can, like, these conversations contribute a lot to how people also see things, you know.
Yes,
so so shout out, man. You know, play us something before this live cuts us.
All right, sure. This track is called Ride. It's the last track on the
Started loving rap at the age of 13. Little Persian, keeping big dreams. Just me and my tape recorder, writing down lyrics like I'm taking orders. Eminem started me off, ripping his lines till I was out of breath, and my throat was dry till I had a cough. Even thought I'd dye my hair just to top it off. Must like knock it off. Ish, big dreams in a bright mind. All happens at the right time. Kinda crazy, yeah, but love 20 years later, it's time I'ma get mine. They be sleeping on me, but nap time is over. LEXLEO, it's rap time, I told you. Ride with me, uma unikolizo. Ride with me, uma ukagaza. Ride with me, with me, funo Quenzo Shinjo, ride with me, ride with me. Back in high school, I had a little rap book. During class, I write the rhymes that my miss at times. Waiting for the bell just to spit my line, just to test the flow. On the field, Ellen Glenn, my show. Cypher circle like every bake by the grandstands that we break dance. Where the girls watch, that was O2. Back when Nelly Kelly with the go-to. That's why they killed us in 03. When Moya had me on my knees. Kanye smashed it in 04. It all fell down when Jesus walked, you see. They've all been a part of my process, all help with my progress. I give it all no less. I'm Wills with a post it. No stress. Roll with me, my neck and knees are ride with me.
Yo, check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. I got my on live radio show on Sunday. You know, it's an Instagram live show. So just send me the MP3 of the joint so I can play that, and so people could hear it properly. You know what I mean?
I will. I'll send that to you straight away.
Shout out.
Maji, thank you so much for your time. Shout out to the whole Slicker on Live family for always showing love, for being so supportive. I really appreciate you. You know that. I really appreciate all your efforts. So thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. Take care, man.
Much love.
Peace.
Broadcast live